In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers vanished into the frozen Ural Mountains. When searchers found them, the scene defied all logic. Their tent was sliced open from the inside. Bodies lay scattered across the snow, some half-naked, some with crushed skulls, one missing her tongue. For over 60 years, no one has truly explained what happened on that mountain. Here are the 8 darkest chapters of the Dyatlov Pass incident nobody told you. The group called themselves Seasoned Mountaineers, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov. They were students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. 8 men, 2 women, all skilled in winter expeditions. Their goal was to reach Otorten Mountain, a grueling Category 3 route, the highest difficulty in Soviet hiking. On January 28th, one member fell ill and turned back. That decision saved his life. The remaining 9 pressed on into the wilderness, never to return. Never to return. Their last days were documented in diaries and photographs. The film recovered later showed them laughing, building camp, trudging through deep snow. On February 1st, they began climbing the slope of Kholat Syak, a name that in the local Mansi language means dead mountain. A snowstorm reduced visibility, and they pitched their tent on the exposed mountainside instead of sheltering in the forest below. It was the last campsite anyone would ever see them build alive. When the hikers failed to send word, alarms spread. A search party set out in late February. What they found froze them in their tracks. The tent was still standing, but slashed open from the inside, supplies untouched. Footprints led down the slope, and the prints showed the hikers had fled in only socks or barefoot into minus 30-degree cold. No experienced mountaineer abandoned shelter half-dressed in a deadly blizzard unless something terrifying drove them out. The first bodies were discovered near a cedar tree at the forest edge. 2 men lay beneath it, dressed only in underwear. Branches were broken high up the tree, as if someone had climbed desperately to look back at the mountain. Nearby were the remains of a small fire. 3 more bodies, including leader Dyatlov, were found between the tree and the tent, frozen in poses suggesting they had tried to crawl back toward the camp. The most disturbing discoveries came months later. In May, 4 final bodies were found in a ravine, buried under thick snow. Their injuries made no sense. One man had a crushed chest. A woman, Ludmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue, her eyes, and part of her lips. 2 had fractured skulls. Yet there were no external wounds, no signs of a struggle. The forces required to cause such damage matched a high-speed car crash, deep in untouched wilderness. Then came the detail that fueled decades of conspiracy. Some of the clothing recovered from the bodies tested positive for radiation. The Soviet investigation, normally meticulous, abruptly closed the case, citing an unknown, compelling natural force. Files were sealed. Relatives were told to bury their dead in closed coffins, and reported that the victim's skin had a strange orange tint and gray hair. The secrecy only deepened suspicions that the state was hiding something terrible. Theories exploded over the decades. Some blamed a Soviet weapons test, pointing to reports of glowing orange orbs in the sky that night. Others suggested an attack, even the indigenous Mansi people who were quickly cleared. Author Alexei Rakitin claimed the hikers were secret KGB operatives caught in a deadly espionage meeting. Each theory explained some clues, but never all of them. The radiation, the injuries, the half-dressed flight, refusing to fit into one tidy story. In 2021, scientists offered the most credible answer yet. Using physics models and avalanche simulations, researchers proposed a rare slab avalanche, a small but violent slide that could crush bodies without leaving obvious surface signs. The hikers, woken in panic, cut their way out and fled in terror. Yet many experts remain unconvinced. There was no avalanche debris, the slope was too gentle, and the missing tongue defies easy explanation. The mountain keeps its final secrets. The mountain keeps its final secrets. 9 lives ended on a frozen slope, and decades later we still cannot say exactly how. The torn tent, the crushed bodies, the radiation that should not have been there. Science offers theories, but Dead Mountain has never fully confessed. Some doors, once opened in the dark, can never quite be closed again. If this story haunted you, subscribe for more unsolved mysteries the world tries.